I've got a puppy in my lap, and if you watch this whole video, you might see him at the end. Oh, or now? Yeah.
When you need some dough, you don't know where to go in this patriarchal capitalist hellscape. Well, here's the sitch, we're gonna help you, sis, because bitches get riches. Bitches get riches. Bitches get riches. Bitches get riches. And so can you.
The library is a magical place, and you should fucking go there. So back when I lived in a hippie commune with like 9 people and 37 dogs, I used to walk to the public library to keep myself in reading material so that I wouldn't like burn through my meager paycheck just staying entertained reading. So one day I was about to leave the house for the library, and I asked one of my roommates if she wanted me to pick her up something from the library. And she asked, "Is it free? Is it free? Is it free?" Oh, my sweet summer child. Let's pretend for a minute that it's not completely weird and unbelievable that an adult human being could grow up in LeVar Burton's United States of America without ever having learned the first thing, literally the very first thing about the public library. Let's also set aside the fact that this particular person was an English major. Yeah. I'll just state definitively and for the record, yes, the public library is free, but it might not be for much longer. So let's get into it. Are libraries actually free? Libraries are a godsend to poor and frugal people everywhere. They offer a truly staggering number of amazingly useful services. So I guess we forgive anyone who thinks they must cost money because capitalism has trained thee well. There are some rare exceptions, of course, like private libraries. I'm thinking of the member-supported Athenaeum in downtown Boston, or school libraries where you need to pay tuition for entry. But in general, public libraries in the United States are completely free to any and all users. They're one of the many awesome social services you get for the cost of paying your taxes, like public parks, municipal animal shelters, and calendars of sexy firefighters holding adoptable animals. Wow. Who knew membership in society came with such amazing perks? As a taxpayer, I don't know about you, but I hate paying for shit I don't use. That's why I'm an evangelical eater of leftovers and hater of subscription boxes full of random surprise crap. So my affinity for the public library should come as absolutely no surprise. Why would I go out and buy a book when I've already paid for that? Why would I pay for a streaming service when I've already paid for that with my state taxes? Pay twice for the same product? No fucking thank you. And actually, you don't even necessarily need to be a taxpayer to participate in all the library has to offer. Nobody from the IRS is going to check your last tax return at the door. Children, the unhoused, immigrants, no matter their legal status, and temporary residents on work or student visas can all get library cards. Neat, right? Libraries are so free that many of them are actually eliminating fines altogether to make sure that money is never a barrier for anyone accessing their services. And yet, there are still people, like my old roommate, bless her heart, who live their lives completely oblivious of the miraculous properties of the public library. So I am here to set those precious, oblivious little babes in the woods straight. Consider this my PSA on the magical money-saving properties of the American Public Library. You can save so much money by using the library. The library helps even the most prodigious readers save money on their book consumption. I personally religiously update my Goodreads account, so I know exactly how many books I read in a given year. Last year, 37 of the 53 books I read came from the library. So let's do a little math here. The average cost of an adult market trade paperback is about $15. That's $13.95 to $17.95 in 2024. So that means that I personally saved about $550 in 1 year just by using the library for my reading needs. And spoiler alert, the library offers a lot more for free than just books. And in fact, let's put my annual book savings into context. The average monthly payment for a used car is about $520 a month. The average student loan payment is $500 a month, which, side note, bleh. And the average monthly cost of groceries is $504 a month. Given the astronomically and disgustingly high cost of food right now, and the fact that books are not, in fact, part of a balanced diet, personally, I'd rather spend my money on feeding myself than keeping myself entertained. Is book ownership truly necessary? Oh, but I like to write in the margins and underline stuff and dog-ear the pages and then hold on to books for years and years so I know that they're really mine and no one else's. Okay, so you're bookwormier than thou. That's cool. You do you. But I really need you to start thinking of all those book personalizing and, frankly, some of us would say book destroying habits as not just part of reading a book, but as a luxury you have to pay for on top of the basic human right to library access. Luxuries are things we pay for with great intention, after careful consideration. They are not, and probably should not, be free or even tax subsidized. So if frugal media consumption is your goal, maybe practice a little restraint and avoid marking up every book you read. Keep a notebook or try Storygraph instead. The library has so much more than just books. Some people aren't big readers, and if those people have made it to this point in the episode, damn, I applaud your attention span and acknowledge your strange and alien existence. Quick question, what do you do to indicate to fellow airline passengers that you do not wish to be disturbed? But for all you non-book enjoyers out there, the library has so much more than just books. And if saving money is your goal, then you should probably check it out before you next go shopping for, well, literally anything, actually. The library's got multiple forms of media for education, entertainment, and edutainment. So that includes audiobooks, which you can rent and stream on your phone, ebooks, which are books, yes, but I want to emphasize how essential they are for those who can't physically make it to a library location, music, movies and TV shows, magazines and newspapers, inside the paywall, baby, comic books and graphic novels, sheet music for various instruments, academic journals for research and education, technical manuals, subscription-based websites or online content behind paywalls, like Consumer Reports, and textbooks. I managed to make it through all 4 years of my undergrad without spending more than like $100 on textbooks. The Boston Public Library was a 15-minute walk from campus, and between that and the school library, I literally never bought a textbook if I didn't have to. Unique experiences. Don't sleep on the library as a weapon in your arsenal in the fight against boredom. Local libraries host tons of live events, usually for free or at very low cost. These are things like free or discounted admission to local museums, galleries, zoos, and aquariums, free or discounted admission to local sports arenas, concerts and recitals, live readings of poetry, plays, and new books, classes and informational lectures, fitness and yoga classes, facilitated play activities for families and children, clubs and study groups for teens and students, food trucks, especially in the summertime, and community gardens. Useful facilities. The library is one of the last places in the United States where you can just be without paying for something or buying something or paying someone. I'm not sure most people realize just how useful, comforting, and humanizing that is. So besides the indoor plumbing and the heating, and many public libraries boast amazing on-location conveniences such as free internet and Wi-Fi, dirt cheap use of printers, scanners, and computers, free private rooms for meetings and rehearsals, lots of desks, tables, armchairs, and other workspaces, private study rooms, bathrooms, and a warm place to hang out if that's all you need for now. We recently published a guide to leaving home before the age of 18. One of the things we recommended in that article was finding safe places to hang out when your home is unsafe. The first place we recommended? Your local library. Free apps. Libraries pay for all kinds of apps and subscriptions so that you don't have to. As someone who plays a journalist and social critic on the internet, I can't express to you how useful this has been for me in building our site. Here are just a few of the kind of subscriptions you can expect. Hoopla, Overdrive, and Libby for renting and streaming media, Press Reader for digital editions of newspapers and magazines, Canopy for movies, LinkedIn Learning, formerly Lynda, for free classes and tutorials, Mango for learning a new language, and Headspace for guided meditations and sleep aids. Last but not least, the random stuff. All libraries rent actual physical books, but lots of them rent other things too. Some of them are pretty straightforward, like pieces of expensive cutting-edge technology. I mean, that is what books used to be, but I digress. Others are more niche, like computers, tablets and e-readers, 3D printers, digital and video cameras, green screens and lights, computer software, video game consoles, headphones. But also, there's way weirder stuff at the library. There's camping gears, like tents, outdoor gear, like fishing poles and snowshoes, crafting supplies like sewing machines, art supplies of all kinds, bicycles, plus accessories like locks and pumps, seeds that you take in the spring and replenish in the fall, musical instruments of all kinds, kitchen appliances, basic household tools, board games, lawn games, therapy dogs. Absolutely incredible. And it can all be yours if you just go to the damn library. Mutual aid. During the COVID-19 pandemic, my local library put out donation bins full of food, baby supplies, toiletries, and basic household goods. They organized the donation drive and got the word out to those who needed help. Libraries have also been at the center of many forms of mutual aid, including informational meetings for refugees and recently displaced people, support groups for people struggling with addiction, domestic abuse, or loss, meeting places for community organizers to plan protests and activism, which is especially important right now, more on that in a second, and donation drives for national disasters. There's truly nowhere else in the world like a library for mutual aid. It's nonpartisan, non-religious, community-funded by definition, and safe and open to all. Whatever the library doesn't have, it can get. But sometimes the library just doesn't have the thing I want to consume when I want to consume it. As a voracious reader, I can confirm this frustration. Fortunately, the library has systems in place to help. There's interlibrary loan, which is when you can ask another library far, far away to lend a thing to your library branch so that your branch can then lend it to you. It takes a bit longer to get your free stuff this way, but it works, and librarians are happy to make it happen for you. And beggars, for free shit anyway, can't be choosers, am I right? Or if it looks like there's not a single library in a 5-county radius that has the obscure printing of the books of the Chilimbalam in the original Quiche Maya that you're looking for, you can ask your local library to order it. That's right. You have power over which books are stocked in your local library. All you have to do is fill out a request. They'll buy the book and lend it to you as often as you like. Librarians are paladins in the war between ignorance and enlightenment. So I'm biased because my mother-in-law is a librarian. She went to librarian school, and I'm pretty sure what they taught her there was, everything. Librarians are trained to help you find knowledge. It's a core part of their job. No matter how obscure or weird the topic, librarians will come through. Need help writing that goddamn essay on Wuthering Heights for your 8 a.m. Brit Lit class? A librarian will supply you with every scholarly deconstruction ever written on that shitty excuse for a classic. They'll also probably come up with your thesis statement for you just for fun. It'll be something like, Heathcliff and Catherine deserve each other because they're both miserable monsters who destroy everything they touch and think their inability to set aside personal pride and apologize once in a while is somehow more important than the genuine suffering of others.
What the fuck?
That was a cinematic reenactment of the moment I finished reading Wuthering Heights. These are just some of the official research and advisory services the library might offer help with. Homework and research, resume writing and job hunting, free legal consultations for common legal problems, filing your taxes, credit repair services, first-time home buying classes, standardized test prep sessions, citizenship classes. Librarians do some amazing shit on the daily, like helping an unemployed man write his resume, or teaching an elderly woman how to use her first e-reader, or meeting a beleaguered parent at her car door with the stack of books she had on hold so they don't have to drag 4 fucking children inside the building. Librarians are great people. They love to help their patrons, so go make use of them. The library is under threat. Now that I've convinced you of the inherent worth of our nation's public libraries, allow me to deputize you into the fight to save them. Our libraries have been under attack for years now. Book bans and outright censorship are one thing, but extremists are also attempting to restrict library access for marginalized people. to fire highly trained and educated librarians and replace them with untrained ideologues, to privatize libraries to turn them into for-profit businesses, and close some libraries altogether, effectively killing community access to all the great services I just talked about. And with the killdozer that is Project 2025 rampaging through our federal government, things are likely only going to get worse. We know from history that people trying to ban books and censor diverse viewpoints are never the good guys. Like, literally never. So I will just call these most recent attacks on our library system exactly what they are. An attack on our democracy itself. Megan Phelps Roper, a former member of the Westboro Baptist Church, actually credits trips to her local library with getting her out of the viciously bigoted cult. The resources and librarians she encountered there helped release her from the hateful indoctrination she'd been fed since birth. And if that ain't proof of concept, I don't know what is. How we fight back. Okay, so as you can see, I brought in the big guns for this next section because puppies make everything better. And also, he wouldn't be quiet so that I could record. Anyway, let's go. So, fortunately, the best way to defend your library is also the easiest. Use the fucking library. State and local governments apportion money to public services according to their use. So if lots of people are using the library, it's pretty clear that it gets a lot of use and therefore needs a lot of funding. He agrees with me. Bring your friends, sing your library's praises, explore all that your local library has to offer, and spread the word. You can also show up for your library when it's attacked. Attend town meetings and local government functions to express your support of the library. Protest any censorship or threats to your library's funding. If someone in your community is coming for your library, let them know that their book bans are going to catch these hands. It can feel useless and demoralizing to protest the giant churning cog of the federal government in these trying times. It's a lot easier, not to mention more effective, to use your voice to affect change on a small, local level. Your library and your community need you, so don't be silent. Except during SSR. Then you should really sit down, shut up, and read. Go to the fucking library. Can't afford to pay your internet bill this month? The library has free Wi-Fi. Hit your limit on Netflix devices? The library has binge-worthy shows to borrow. Can't afford a mechanic? The library has automobile maintenance manuals so you can learn how to change your own spark plugs and engine fluids. Need to save on entertainment so you can focus on paying off debt? Libraries have pretty much everything, including new releases and bestsellers. Can't afford to buy your college textbooks? The library has them on hold. Annoying roommate disrupting your studies? The library makes a great, peaceful workplace. Got nowhere to meet a new freelancing client or discuss a group project? Reserve a room in the library for a few hours. Need somewhere to pass a few hours in the warmth? The library is a great, safe place to pass the time. Need help with almost literally anything, from sticking with NaNoWriMo to escaping domestic violence? Come on, you figured out the theme. Go to the library. The stacks are filled with unicorns and talking puppies. Perfectly choreographed songbirds will accompany you and your library finds home, and you'll swell to twice your normal size with the sense of satisfaction that comes from saving your hard-earned dough for more important things, like seeing a doctor about all that swelling. Seriously, just go to the damn library. I am literally begging you. Readers, tell us about your local library. What's your favorite thing about it? How have your librarians helped you in the past? If it wasn't clear, we're leaning pro-library and standing all library-related comments. Bitches out. How'd we do, bud? Did you sleep through it all? Oh my god. Oh. This video, like all... Okay, alright. Guys, if you want more puppy content, join the Patreon. Oh god. Oh, here we go. And he is really, ow, that's my ear. Oh, ow. Patreon.com/bitchesgetriches. Thank you, patrons. Got a puppy in my lap. Okay, yeah, make your little noises into the microphone. Look at this puppy. Look at him. He's so cute. And if you don't join our Patreon, he'll starve. Good thing for you. That's expensive. Stop. if you eat the microphone, our patrons are going to have to buy a new one. So, patreon.com/bitchesgetriches. Oh my god. Bitches and puppy out.